What's going on, everybody? We should be live here. If you can hear me, let me know. Decided I was gonna hop on a live. We got the WNBA back. I have not been able to put any content out lately, and I haven't actually placed any WNBA picks yet myself this morning. So figured I will jump on and share them with you for free here, and it'll just be a live show. Going through the exact process of what goes into my picks and all that stuff. Hopefully the echo isn't too bad. I got a new office set up here, and I got to do some soundproofing and stuff. If there's like an echo on the mic, apologies for that. Hopefully that's not the case, but that's what's going on there. That's why that might be happening. Jojo Drift from the Discord, what's going on, man? Patrick can hear you. Thank you very much. Not gonna lie, I played the last videos, didn't hit nothing. Yeah, man, if you're tuning into this channel, this is all about the long-term game. So we're gonna play a lot of 5 and 6 pick flexes. It's optimal for long-term. I talk a lot about that. I talk about all the math behind it. Yeah, you're not gonna hit every day, then you're gonna have some tough streaks, man. Last night we had a brutal beat in the NBA. I was not happy about. Dante DiVincenzo. We needed one more point or assist, and we would have had a full 6-pick sweep over on better picks. And that's just going to happen sometimes, man, and it's frustrating, especially when they pile and they happen back to back to back. But anyways, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat, and it's literally just going to be me going through the process and finding plays. Because like I said, I haven't even placed any. I've been scanning the board. I have an idea of what I like here. A few props certainly standing out to me. Lashia Clarendon's the first person we'll talk about here. She is at 23.5 fantasy score, and I do have her projected to go way over this once again. She absolutely crushed this line in game 1. We do have some different teams, some new names, some new places throughout the league this year, so we're certainly going to have to adjust to that. And the biggest thing right here is there's no Ray Burrell and there's no Azura Stevens, so that's going to automatically open up more minutes, more usage in the rotation for her. Which clearly stuck out in a major way in the first game. Really, the only concern here could be this game is kind of expected to be a blowout. Like, I mean, we're talking about an 18-point spread. So, but I'm just kind of talking off the top of the dome as far as like a play I was looking at. I got a few more that I'm reviewing here. We'll go through them together. Jackie Young is certainly a prop that was popping to me as well, her points, because once again, some more injury news. There's no Chelsea Gray in this one. So for those of you that don't really know the WNBA that well, Chelsea Gray is the point guard for the Aces, essentially. Another high usage player. This team is so good. They tend to have like too many good players, if that makes sense, to where it's kind of tough to predict like where the usage is going to go. Jackie Young, Kelsey Plum, Asia Wilson, etc. So Chelsea Gray being out should help Jackie Young. And her points prop was popping to me on Prizepicks when I was doing a little bit of a review here. So 17.5 points, I think that's certainly a prop we want to be looking at. So we can just start the stream off with her because I'm pretty sure this is going to be part of our slip. She's at 17.5 points over here on Prizepicks. She absolutely crushed this in the first game of the season, putting up 23. There was once again no Chelsea Gray in that one, so it kind of all makes sense. Then if we scan the market, we can go ahead and pull up the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer, guys. If you've been tuning into my videos, you might have heard of this already. If you have not, you can use the promo code KJKDFS to get 25% off this tool, guys. What this is going to do is this is going to streamline all of the Vegas data for us and compare it to Prizepicks props. So you can see Jackie Young, there's a 52.19% chance for her to hit the over here. It is the best possible prop on the board for Jackie Young here today, according to the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. She's listed at 18.5 on FanDuel, minus 125 juice on the over on 17.5 on DraftKings. She's minus 130 on the over on Caesars and minus 125 on the over on Bovada. So we have a data point in FanDuel, millions of dollars invested into their lines, a whole point higher. And we also have 1, 2, 3, 4 data points on other books pointing to her being a great play on the over at that 17.5 line, right? So if it was going to go up to 18.5, hey man, we might not be as interested, but 17.5, we certainly want to be talking about it. And then like I said, man, she's going to get a big usage bump here. That's all factored into these lines, right? I mean, the lines are changed based on like winning sports bettors placing wagers, and then the sports books changing them. They don't care if you lose all your money and you place on their sports book. You're probably not going to change the line too much. But if you're really good at what you do and you come in, you're consistently winning on WNBA and you place, the sports books are going to adjust the lines according to winning sports bettors. So Jackie Young is going to be our first pick on the stream for sure. Like I said, no Chelsea Gray, usage bump. It is a little bit of a blowout risk here, but the good news is they do have a massive total, 169.5 over under in this one, and with an 18-point spread, obviously the Aces are expected to put up the majority of that scoring there. So, yeah, great prop here for number one. Jackie Young will be rocking with the over. We'll be locking in a full 6-pick flex live on stream. Like I said, I haven't even locked in any official plays to the VIP. These are literally just official plays that I'm doing live on the stream with you guys. And I'll send to them first, and then I'll share them on the screen after. We're just going through the process here together. Asia Wilson, her rebounds got bumped down. I had some interest. This was kind of popping for me at the 11.5 line. I had some interest in the under. Now at the 11.0, not too sure that I really want to be touching that. Let's see what else we got here. Arike Ogunbale, PRA, looks to be a little bit too inflated over here on Prizepicks, so we can certainly talk about her. Very good player, for sure. The lines are adjusted to this, obviously. 31.5. She went over this in game one, playing for the Dallas Stars. Once again, we got a whole bunch of different rosters, different players, like what's going on, who do they have now, who have they added, kind of thing. There is going to be no Natasha Howard in this one, and there is going to be no Sabali, which is two of the top players on their team, which, you know, immediately your mind goes to, well, that's going to mean more increased usage for Arike. Let's just take her overs, right? But you also got to factor in defensive attention. Like, there's a good chance she's going to see some double teams in this game. That's all I got to say, right? So that's all factored into odds, and the odds do have her PRA line a bit too inflated here at the 31.5 line. We can go ahead and pull up the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer again for this one and kind of pull in and streamline this data. It's going to be pretty simple to explain. This is her best prop on the entire board on their optimizer as well. And the reasoning here is she's listed at 31.5 on FanDuel, but she's all the way down to 30.5 on Bovada, and she's actually got minus 130 juice on the under here. So this is, once again, the tool's just streamlining the data in for us to find the plays quickly. It's factoring in all of the sportsbook data, and then when I like to get really detailed, I like to pull up the OddsJam sportsbook screen. This is like the most detailed you could possibly get because you can literally pull in every single sportsbook under the sun. And you can pull in whatever prop, whatever line, you know, whatever you want. Literally anything that you can bet on a sportsbook, you can pull in on this tool. So I like this. Once again, I don't ever promote anything that I don't use, by the way. I talk about this in my Discord all the time. Like, people ask what I use for tools. Like, do I just use market data, etc.? If you see me talk about it on the channel, or if you see me partner with someone and I have a promo code with them, I've done hours of research to make sure the tool is actually legitimate and it's actually going to help you. So let's make that known. If it's someone that's trying to pay me, but I don't believe in the product, like, I don't care. Get out of here. So this is very valuable. Once again, we can pull in every single piece of data we want to. 31.5, you can see she's down to 30.5 on Bet365. Can you see? Do I need to zoom in here? I probably do, because that typically happens when I go on stream. Let's do this. Perfect. So she's at 31.5 on Prizepicks, 31.5 on FanDuel. There actually is some juice favored on the over. She's minus 130 on the under on Bet365 at that 30 line, though. And then, like I had said, the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer is what was popping me. For some reason, this sportsbook screen, I will say, is not pulling in Bovada, which is strange. But being that it's right here listed for us, you know, it's certainly a prop we'll be looking at. Maybe not the final prop that we're going to be going with, but once again, I'm just kind of speaking out loud on the stream. I just said, let's just come on. The first game starts at an hour. Let's find some plays. So that was one that was kind of popping me a little bit. We might be going with. It just depends on what else we're scanning here. So, I mean, those are two we could talk about. Cameron Brink was someone that was popping as well earlier on Prizepicks at a discount here. Yeah, this is still viable. 17.5 points in rebounds. She is very tall. I know that's pretty broad, but in the WNBA, I mean, height advantages are pretty significant. Not every player's, 6'5", like the NBA. There can be some big height discrepancies. And 17.5 points and rebounds. We're looking at some pretty good value on this one as well. We can go ahead and pull up the OddsJam Sportsbook screen here once again. Points and rebounds. Let's go to Brink. And you can see she's actually at minus 130 on the over on FanDuel. So if we were to go to FanDuel Sportsbook and to wager on this, we'd have to actually go and risk $130 to win 100 on Prizepicks and a 5 or 6 pick flex. We're getting minus 119 implied odds. So no matter what prop you take, it's minus 119. So if you can get a prop that's juiced heavier and take it at the minus 119, you want to be doing so. She was actually up to 18.5 earlier. So once again, I'm doing this live with you guys. Like, I did like it more when she was listed at 18.5 and it was an entire points and rebounds discount. But it is still a solid play with a minus 130 juice on the over. So I'm just spitting out plays to you guys that we haven't officially locked in here, but that I've been browsing. We talked about that fantasy score prop with Clarendon, so we can put her up on the screen here. Diana Taurasi, her line seems too inflated here. She's gone under in like the last 5 games. I really don't care about that. If you've tuned into the channel before, it really means nothing to me. But I do have multiple projection models that I have 3 different projection models that are going to weigh in every single thing that you can look at. And her line does appear to be a little bit inflated. Atlanta's been pretty tough on the point guard position. As far as, or she's at the 2 guard actually, but they're only giving up 16.6 fantasy points per game, only 3 assists per game, and only 2 field goals. So like they've been locked down defensively against opposing 2 guards, namely because of this Ryan Howard defense. I don't know if it's Ryan or it's Renee, actually. I think Renee Howard, sorry. But anyways, I know all these players and I know all the roles. The pronunciation of the names might not be good, though. But Howard's really good. We're actually going to discuss her as well. But Taurasi just seems a little bit too inflated. Rebecca Allen's listed as questionable. She plays at the 4 position, though, so I don't expect that to impact, Taurasi too much. And the bottom line is it's just really not a good matchup for her. And then we want to be looking at the minutes. Like, it's a new season. Diana Taurasi's been... I don't know how she's still playing and she's not retired. Like, she's played 28 minutes in the first game, so her minutes are like, not as high as some of these other players like Natasha Cloud, who's out there for 34, 33, 34. And the big thing here is Kalia Copper is on this team now. So she's going to take up a lot of the usage. She came over from the Chicago Sky, very good player. And... so that's going to soak up more usage on the offense from Diana Taurasi as well. She's, the young 29-year-old guard. Diana, not quite probably going to be out there for quite as few minutes and probably not going to be seeing as much usage, if that all makes sense. So her line's too inflated here. I've got her projected for 20 fantasy points. So we can talk about her. Let's see, guys. We got 60 people in here, only 12 likes. If you're enjoying, please hit the like button. If we can get this thing up to like 50 likes, that'd be fantastic. And I'll drop multiple 6-pick flexes if the value's there. I'm not going to force plays if they're not actually good, but you can kind of hear me discussing it and breaking it down as we go along here. I got all the statistics pulled up. If you're someone that really doesn't know WNBA, I've been covering it for a couple years now, maybe a couple years on the channel. So my knowledge has gone way up in it. Should be very helpful to be tuning into my content, my streams for the WNBA season. So let's continue along here. We've got some solid plays. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 solid plays. And like I said, some of these are still a little bit... Aliyah Boston was popping to me earlier at 11.5 points. She starts in this early game. I think there's some good value on the over. Let's see if the market shifted at all on her. We'll go ahead back on to the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer once again. The Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer and the OddsJam Sportsbook screen are my 2 go-to for when it comes to market data. And then I have like 70,000 other things pulled up here on the side for projection models. I use, like I said, these all cost money. So with my promo code, you can get a discount on these tools on the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer and OddsJam. I'll have that all linked below in the description. You can just visit their website and use my promo code as well. If you want a link for any of this stuff in the chat, just tell me and I can drop in there as well. But this is the same story, right? It's 12.5 on FanDuel, 11.5 on DraftKings, 12.5 on It's on 12.5 on 3 different books: FanDuel, BetMGM, Caesars. Minus 140 on the over on Fliff, minus 130 on the over on Bovada, and minus 130 on the over on DraftKings on her points. So this is her top prop on the board, and it's pretty simply put. Like, if you hear me talk about market data and all of these lines, like whether it's favored on the over and the under, guys, if you could just get through your head, like, these lines are so precise that essentially what they're saying is she's going to score 12 points. Like, I know that sounds crazy. Like, there's plus money on the over 12.5, and there's, minus money to take the over at 11.5. So, like, it wouldn't be surprising in the least to see her end with 12 points exactly. This happens all the time. WNBA, there aren't quite as many books as, like, major sports such as a NBA, such as a NFL. But I do kind of think that we're going to start to see some more people interested in the WNBA. It seems to be picking up some steam, and then that might offer us some more books, some more data points, which would be fantastic. But I'm already all over a bunch of data points that you can't find on books for this stuff. So, I mean, that's going to be her top prop, simply put. The data's just telling us that 11.5, it's 1.2 low, essentially, right? So we can get that 11.5, and then we always want to be comparing other books. Like, we want to be comparing to, like, an Underdog fantasy. Underdog is probably my top comparison outside of Prizepicks. I mean, it definitely is. They have, like, an insanely advanced algorithm, and you can see here they have her line bumped up to 12 even. So Underdog's already gone ahead and bumped this. Underdog Fantasy and Prizepicks both do have push lines where they can set a line even. So when you see a line bumped on either platform, it's very significant. If you can compare the two, that's a nice little friendly free tip for you there. Like, go to Underdog, go to Prizepicks. If one's bumped up or down, you're seeing that the market's favoring. This is what I'm doing all day, by the way. If you're someone that's, like, got stuff to do during the day, you got too much stuff going on, family, kids, whatever else you have going on, guys, I do offer my premium package, the KJK VIP package. That's going to give you access to the Discord, and this is what I'm doing every single day, finding the best value and setting it in as soon as I place them, okay? So, yeah, we've been B. Berto says we haven't won. Yeah, we haven't swept in a minute here in the last week because we keep getting hooked like crazy. So that stinks. And it happened again last night. But B. Berto, just keep in mind, man, that's why we run those 5 and 6 pick flexes. That's why we run the 6 pick dynamic play on better. So we're getting our money back. And yeah, Joe Drift said also the community tickets has been on fire. Both those guys are active members in the community in the chat. I can see them right now. So 1, shout out to you guys. Thank you. 2, we have an awesome community. 3, I'm doing all the plays, and I'm also, working. The community is working together as well. So it's just all around fantastic. And now I'm offering sportsbooks picks as well. But all I'm saying is I'm doing this all day. So I wanted to come on and do it for free here though today. So enough of that. I just want you guys to know that's an option. As a matter of fact, I'm going to drop it in the chat. If you're interested, I'll drop it in the chat. And I just want you guys to know that's a resource. If you've been tuning into the free content, this is nonstop resource if you're interested. And I'm helping you out with the free. That is the paid option. So let's continue along, and let's give you some free plays right now. Let's do this, man. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So those are the 6 we talked about. This game starts in like a little bit of like in an hour or so. I just want to review the props, review the board. And when I get on stream, like, I'm doing 1,000 things at once. I'm a little, like, when I'm off stream, I'm so quick with it. I just send it in the Discord, boom, 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 boom. But when I'm on stream, it just makes it be a little bit more difficult. I just want to review. And WNBA, the board's not quite as sporadic as, like, NBA. We have a little bit of time. Caitlin Clark under assists looks decent. Her rebound and assist was prompted me earlier. Yeah, that Brink play that we talked about. The only thing I don't like about that Brink play is we really only have one data point. That's pointing to the over. And like I said, she was listed at 18.5 on FanDuel. Now she dropped down to 17.5, which, believe it or not, is kind of significant. Asia Wilson and Derica Hamby combo could be interesting here because I had interest. So Asia Wilson, there was some sharp action on her on her rebounds, and it makes a lot of sense to me. You can see she's gone over here in like each of the last 5 games. So a bunch of people are going to be probably logging into the Prizepicks app and just taking her over. There was some value on the under at 11.5, and it makes sense because if you look at their starting lineup right now and review it, you can see that they're starting Kia Stokes because there's no Chelsea Gray right now. So they're starting 2 centers. So, like, obviously, Kia Stokes is going to be taking away some of those rebounds. And then Derica Hamby is a fantastic rebounder. But Cameron Brink's a rookie. She just came in. And once again, we liked her points and rebounds. So here's a good example, man. Like, if we're taking the under on Wilson and Hamby, that could correlate well with the Derica Hamby's under rebounds because if Brink's grabbing the rebounds, obviously Hamby can't grab as many. I always think about this stuff when I'm building my slips too. I want some good correlation. And then we're taking the Clarendon Fantasy as well. She can sneak in and grab some boards. That wouldn't hurt our feelings. But these are all things that are going through my head when I'm building my slips, right? So that actually might be exactly what we do. I'm going to make an official slip on the side here, send it into my VIP, give them like a little bit to lock these in, and then I'm going to be sharing them with you guys on the stream, right after we give them a second to lock in, okay? So, and I think we can get you 2 slips on this stream, man. The first game starts at about an hour. We'll lock in this first one, and then we'll find another 6 plays, and then you can mix and match, man. If you like, I tell my VIP members this all the time too. Like, we're gonna go through 2 tickets right now. Let's say you don't really feel too great about one of the plays in one. You could feel good in the other one. Bro, Brink barely grabbed rebounds last game. Hamby was snatching all the rebounds. If you look at the game logs, this is another thing that means nothing. Brink was in big foul trouble. I haven't even been following the WNBA that closely, to be honest, and I know that because I do track everything. Like, she had 5 fouls, bro. She only played 20 minutes. Like, she didn't play 20 minutes because she's going to play 20 minutes throughout the season. She played 20 minutes because she got foul trouble. So these are the things you need to know. These are also factored into the lines, and if you're just looking at the game logs and you're logging in the Prizepicks app and you're looking at the green and red bars, you're going to lose your money. So, like, I could rant about this for hours, but people that look at game logs are like how a player does versus a team. Like the last time they played, it literally means nothing. It is the only thing I can say. Brink going to be in foul trouble again today? Yeah, it could happen, but we can't predict that stuff. We can only control what we can control. All right, so yeah, the 11.5, and then so we've gone over some props. If you've been listening closely, you got a bunch of different props that we can be locking in, and I'm gonna give my official slip here shortly. I'm just doing a quick review, scan of the market, make sure that I really like these as the top plays. And then like correlation, like I said, if I have 12 plays that I like and some of them correlate better together than others, like I want to be making sure I'm taking those. Copper. We just talked about her. I think I like that prop quite a bit too. We got some WNBA to work with today, man. We got a 4-gamer, like we got options here. So I'm just gonna review it. If one of these plays gets bumped or something, like I'm not even honestly worried about it because we have options. So yeah, as far as like the pending injury news, we pretty much got everything confirmed outside of this late game. We are waiting on some Rebecca Allen news. For those of you that don't know Rebecca Allen, she's a forward, center type of build. So she's gonna play down low. That could help, like a Copper grab more rebounds, for instance, right? If she ends up being out. What's the latest news on her here? Questionable. Against the Dream, not clear when Allen picked up the injury. Questionable tag suggests she's day-to-day. She played in the season opener, though, so that's really the only pending injury news we have. Like, everything else, we're chilling, so... Anyways, man, let's lock in this first 6 pick. Like, what do I want to go with here? We got so many options, which is a good thing. We just want to finalize the correlation. Wilson's been bumped up. We talked about Brink. And I think I like that combo prop, man. The thing I was going to check, if I wasn't on stream, I would have been doing this very quickly, is I want to check Derek Hamby's rebounds across the market here. That's really what the last step here for building this slip. I want to see Hamby. She's at 8.5 with juice on the under. So we're looking at 8 rebounds for her. We're looking at 11 rebounds for Asia. Yeah, that's 19. So I think I like that prop, man. That'll probably be my last one, and then that correlates well with the Brink play that we talked about. If Brink's grabbing the rebounds, then Hamby can't grab as many. So this is all going through my head, right? And then I got a play that I didn't even bring up that I'm probably going to be locking into this first one as well. Because there's good value on it. So anyways, we got 30 likes, 56 people in here, guys. Let's get this thing up to 40 likes, and I'll drop the first 6-pick flex. And then if we can get up to 50 likes, I'll drop a second 6-pick flex. It should be pretty easy to do, I would think. But I got you guys on this first one. Let's go ahead and lock this bad boy in. So we're gonna go with Jackie. We talked about her increased usage with no Chelsea Gray. I think she's a fantastic play. We talked about Brink. I do like how this play is going to correlate with one of the other plays we're going to talk about. So we'll talk about that shortly. I got a play I didn't even bring up on the screen. I think we want to be going with that. We want to be going with that Clarendon play as well in this first slip, because we need this game to stay somewhat close, ideally for Jackie Young to hit as well. So we're gonna want her to ball out to keep this game close, and I do have her projected to go way over. So that's obviously all factored in there as well. You can't see on the screen right now because I'm doing it on the side, but I'll bring it up for you guys after. I promise I got you. We're gonna go with that Boston play. There's good value at the 11.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we need one more, which we're actually going to go with a prop, like I said, that I had not discussed yet. I think it might have just got posted to the board, and or it might have just started popping. How many threes has she been taking? I'm guessing a ton. Now that she's on this Phoenix squad, yeah. Yeah, I like this Copper play quite a bit, man. She took 7 threes in her first game. We'll take that all day. Her usage is going to be a lot higher now. She's on this Phoenix team. All right, cool. So I got this pulled up on the side. How many likes we got here right now? We got 41. Fantastic. So I'm going to lock this in, send it in the VIP. I'm going to give them 30 seconds to lock this in, guys, and then I'll pull it right up on the screen. The official 6-pick flex. This will be an official play that I'm playing myself, that I'm sending to the VIP. You're just seeing it live in action of everything that goes in the process. So hopefully this is helpful, not only to the free viewers, but also to my VIP members. Like, I want you guys to know there's a lot of stuff that goes into these plays, man. I'm not just clicking buttons. So you guys all know that. I know already, but it's just important to me that you know that there's a lot of processes going into these, and quite frankly, a lot of money, a lot of software, a lot of resources. I mean, this stuff is not cheap, but it's very valuable, and that's why I use these resources. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this is a fantastic 6-pick flex, so we'll lock that in. Okay. And then let me send this on over to them. You're going to get the zoom effect because I'm screenshotting all this stuff. And once again, guys, if you're in my Discord, you're going to be getting this play literally 5 seconds after I place it. So just keep that in mind if you're interested. Hopefully these plays will help you out for free. Ideally, I'll just win you the amount of money that you need to purchase it today. That's always the goal. Obviously, I'd rather just provide value up front to you guys, help you out, and then you can join once I've proved to you that I actually know what I'm talking about. That's perfectly fine with me and reasonable. All right, so let's see. This will be our 4th ticket in the Discord today as far as Prizepicks is concerned. So we've already locked in some MLB action. I just sent that into the Discord, so for those of you that are in the VIP, you just got notified. You're able to lock that full thing in. And then I will pull it up on the screen, like I said, in about 60 seconds, in a minute. Let's review the chat, and if you have any questions, now would be a fantastic time to ask them. As we're going to have a little break here. So if you have any questions, feel free to let me review this. You can't just copy a bunch of pictures without doing some of your own research. Way more options to work with in the Discord. Yeah, man. I agree with that. And also, like, I didn't just wake up yesterday and know all this stuff that I talk about. I talk about it pretty casually now, just because I do it every single day. But it takes a lot of time to learn all this stuff. And then some of the stuff I'm talking about, some people might be like, what is this guy? Like, why does this matter? Does he even watch the games? Is the commenting I get. I would just describe it to you as FanDuel, DraftKings, all these sports books. There's millions of dollars, and if you think you're smarter than them, you're just simply not. Like, myself included, you're not smarter than them, man. They take millions of dollars of action a day, and if they didn't set lines appropriately, they would be bankrupt. Like, they're these multi-billion-dollar, like, sports betting is huge now, man. So we can use that data to help us to make educated plays on platforms such as Prizepicks. So hopefully that makes sense. That's why I talk about market data and all that stuff all the time. If you're someone that's new and you really don't understand, you're like, what is he talking about? Just try to listen. If you have questions, like, I'm here to help. Any golf? Juan says, no, I haven't covered any golf yet. I have started to see some good value on that's fairly new on these platforms. So I might be getting into some golf too. Like, WNBA was brand new to me not too long ago, and I really got into it, and now I know a ton about it. Like, you can hear me as I'm talking. I kind of know all these players, all this stuff. So golf could be next on the list for sure. I'm always looking to expand. All right, we got 78 people in here. Let me check the Discord real quick. Let me make sure that everyone was able to get this in. Everyone was alerted. We got the full 6-pick flex here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, fantastic. So we got 45 likes, guys. I'm gonna drop this first 6-pick flex to you guys, and then if we get this up to 50 plus, I'm gonna drop a second one for you. Why not? We're on the stream. Like, might as well give you as much free value as I can. I'll give you 2 free ones. I got a bunch more picks in the Discord because we did a bunch of MLB too. But I'm just giving you VIP plays for free on the stream here for the WNBA action. So, all right, let's refresh this. Boom. Here's what we got. So the Clea Copper plays just started to pop to me. The threes. I mean, she took 7 threes last game. There's some really good value on her over. I'd expect her usage to be through the roof. So we didn't discuss that one quite. The Derek Hamby and Asia Wilson one. I liked the under on Wilson. She got bumped down to 11.0 even. I talked about it, guys. They're starting 2 centers now. So I know that her charts look nice and pretty here on her rebounds, but just keep in mind, like, they're starting 2 centers because Chelsea Gray's out, right? So for those of you that don't know WNBA, just, like, there's 2 centers. Like, there's 2... like Rudy Gobert's. I don't know if you like who I could use. Like the Timberwolves, for instance, Karl Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert sometimes take rebounds away from each other, so they can be tough to predict at times. It's going to be kind of that similar story here tonight with Kia Stokes starting. So the market's reflecting that they're not expecting Wilson to grab as many rebounds, and then, like, if I'm just putting 2 and 2 together using my brain here, like, kind of makes sense. There's 2 centers. All right, cool. Like, yeah, she's going to probably grab less rebounds. Jackie Young's going to get that usage bump we talked about with there being no Chelsea Gray. She should shoot more. She dropped like 23 points in the first game. Makes a ton of sense. She's listed at 18.5 on multiple books. The Cameron Brink points and rebounds, like the over there, she's favored on FanDuel, -130 we said. We're getting -119 on Prizepicks. And then that's going to correlate well with the Derek Hamby and Asia Wilson under. We want Wilson not grabbing rebounds. But then Derek Hamby is also on the Sparks. So if Brink doesn't get in foul trouble this game, someone had commented that Hamby was grabbing all the rebounds last game. Well, Brink wasn't on the floor because she got in foul trouble, right? So if she can just stay on the floor, that's going to correlate well for us on this first ticket as well, right? Because she's going to be grabbing the rebounds. Hamby's not going to be able to come in and grab those rebounds as often. And then we want Stokes grabbing some of those rebounds from Wilson as well. When you factor in all of the Vegas data, all of the projections and stuff that I was looking at for that prop, they're going to end with 19 rebounds combined. So that's why I want to take the over under there. Lashia Clarendon, her over, she's just misrepresented. She's too low. I've got her getting in the mid to upper 20s. And then also, we kind of want that game to stay somewhat close for the majority of the game, that Aces Sparks game, because we have the Jackie Young over points. So I'm speaking out loud, like all of the stuff that goes into my thought process with these slips, right? And then Leah Boston, 11.5. We talked about that. She's at 12.5 multiple places. And then that Copper play, we didn't talk about, but she's popping. I mean, she's like minus 130 on FanDuel right now. So, it's definitely a good play to be taking on Prizepicks. Minus 128 now. Is seeing minus 130. I like the fact that she took 7 threes, and we need her to make 2. Like, that's good volume. I mean, she's on a new team now with increased usage. So, once again, all those things are factored in. All right, 59 people, 48 likes, guys. Get this thing up over 50. It should be easy to do 2 more, and then let's run another one. Let's go through the same process. The first game starts in like 40 minutes, so we'll get through this thing. We'll get another 6-pick flex to you here for free, and then we'll head out the door. I'll head back to the Discord, maybe find some more plays on like different platforms. We're just doing prize picks today. I also cover better picks, parlay play, sleeper, underdog fantasy, all of those over in the VIP 24/7. If you'd like to see content on any of those apps, by the way, please let me know in the chat. I could certainly do more. I've been doing a lot more better picks. I really like their platform. I really like their dynamic payout structure. I like the fact that you can get 4 out of 6 right and still profit. Like, that's awesome. On prize picks, if you get 4 out of 6, you're losing money. On better picks, you're getting like a little bit of profit. It's next to nothing, but at least you can get 4 to 6, and like that's pretty awesome. So anyways, got my coffee before I went on stream here. Trying to get the energy up here. Was up early finding some MLB value. So let's find another 6 here. So we talked about some, like, do we have any of these selected in my slip here? I typically keep this all up. Okay, Boston points taken down. You kidding me? Maybe because we're all taking it at the same time here. Like, I don't know. That sucks. Okay, well, if you didn't get that, hopefully you got that in, man. I mean, it wasn't taken down right away, was it? There was some time to get that in. But let's get you another 6 plays so that if you need to pivot or if you need some different combinations, you can do it right now. So that was our first 6-pick flex. Hopefully you were able to lock that in. Like, what were some other plays we were looking at? We were talking about the Enrique under, and it looks like the market's shifting now on Brinkman, which is that would be really annoying. Did any news come out? I don't think so, man. Interesting. Anyways, let's continue along here. So the first prop we can talk about is Diana Taurasi. We already discussed her. 26.5. This line's just too inflated. I forgot her getting like right around 20. It's a really tough matchup for her. We talked about that already, so we can just add her in here. I like Renee Howard's over. I think it's Renee. Sorry if I got the name wrong. I always say Ryan Howard for some reason. I think her name's Renee, but regardless, she's a baller. She's really good. I know her. She plays for the Atlanta Dream. And her usage should be really high right now because there is no Jordan Canada. Jordan Canada they picked up from the Sparks. She's going to cut into her usage when she gets back, but she's not in right now. So Howard absolutely crushed this line in the first game. I would anticipate she continues to do so again. I have her projected in the upper 30s. She went out there and put up 43 last time. The blocks and steals are massive for the fantasy scoring format. If you tuned into my content last year, you've heard me say it 1,000 times. It's pronounced Ryan. That's what I thought. Okay, thank you. That's what I thought. Ryan Howard. Okay. If that's the case, I got it. Get gone, can't get it in. Boston points taken down. Yeah, man, I would run the 5-pick because 5-pick flexes are still optimal if you'd like, or you can just wait till we go over the rest of these plays and then, mix and match your own 6-pick or something. You could ask me my favorite at the end. We can do some little recap. Okay, so those two are fantasy score props. I was looking at Asia Wilson, Boston. None of these were really popping to me. What about Caitlin Clark under 19 points? I can pretty much tell you already, like majority of the time when there's a push on Prizepicks, like I'm not going to have interest in it, meaning it's an even number. Like they've already taken the value out of the prop majority of the times. Not all the time. There are exceptions, but this means either she's favored to go over the 18.5 and they bumped it to 19, or she's favored to go under 19.5 and they bumped it to 19. Regardless, they've taken the edge out of the prop, right? So like I don't really like push numbers. On Prizepicks specifically, they're very sharp. They're like the biggest app out there. Jorge, can you give the first 6-pick? Yeah, man, I already gave it out. Here it is. So if you missed it, lock that in. I can leave it up on the screen for a second while I find some more plays. Let's see. I mean, Asia Wilson's under rebounds and assists is favored as well here. And it looks like the market swung on that Brink prop, which irritates me. She was at 18.5. And I think it's starting to come down a little bit. Still correlates well with our other plays, though, so that is a nice bonus of this slip. It's going to correlate well. She needs to be grabbing those rebounds so that Hamby can't be. That's smart to be putting those two together as a pairing. Dana Evans for the Chicago Sky points looks to be popping pretty well here. I think we're once again looking at, she's just misrepresented a little bit too low here, 11.5. She's been crushing this. So for those of you that like logging into the Prizepicks app and looking at those nice green charts, she falls in that category. That means nothing to me, but yay, I guess. So she's popping. Chicago. Once again, we want to be looking at the injury report, right? They have multiple people out right now, so her usage should be going up here. We want to be looking at the rotations. It's early season. Teams have shifted, changed personnel, all that fun stuff, right? So no Harrison, no Milic, no Carduso for the Chicago Sky. We can go ahead and pull up the rotation. Let's see the minutes she was getting, all that fun stuff, right? She went out there and played 30 minutes, so she's a core part of that rotation. That's all stuff we want to be seeing, right? We want to be seeing usage. Obviously, if we're taking her over points, as many shots as possible, we could certainly look at her shot volume. This is all factored into the odds, right? So if I really wanted to just be frank with you guys, like I could be like, this is a waste of our time. Let's just lock it in. But 12 shots, 2 for 6 from behind the arc, 2 for 2 from the free throw line. She only put up 10 last time. By the way, is that showing as green on the Prizepicks app? No, it's not. Okay. Yeah, so she came up a little bit short last time. Obviously, she only needed 2 more points. The volume's there. She had a tough shooting night. The fact that she put up 10 points and she shot 3 for 12 from the field is a really good indicator that she obviously has the upside of scoring a lot more points. So that's great for us. But long story short, there's good value on the over in the market on her. So she could be our third one that we're looking at here. Let's see, what else do we like? I've actually got a combo prop that's popping to me. I talked about Enrique Ogunbala's usage and maybe the defensive attention going up on her. We liked her under PRA possibly, but the market has her favored on the over at some data points on that. There is a combo prop that looks pretty juicy, specifically on FanDuel. This Ogunbala and Marina Mabry prop at 39.5. Like I was running the numbers early. They've got these two on FanDuel specifically putting up like 41, I think. Like if we were to pull up the data for player points on Prizepicks and just run these, let's see, like Ogunbale, they've got at 23.5 with juice on the under, so they're saying she's going to go out there and put up 23 points. And then if we pull up Mabry, and once again, FanDuel's like one of the biggest books. There's a lot of money invested in these lines. 118 on the over at 17.5, minus 140 on the over on DraftKings. So let's just say she's going to score 17 to be modest. So, 23 plus 17, we got 40 points, combined points on the prop. So obviously they're expected to go over here. You can make an argument that it actually grades out to 41, like I said, with her being listed at 17.5 favorite on the over on FanDuel. It's 40 or 41. So this combo prop looks pretty generous at the 39.5 line here. So we can be talking about those. 1, 2, 3, 4 different props here for the second slip so far. 69 people in here, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you're enjoying, man. If you're enjoying this, just do me a favor. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. If you have any questions, please ask. I'm here to help. If you have any questions about Prizepicks or WNBA or anything, please ask. Here to help. Here to try to help out for free. Just said, I'm going to jump on a live and give out as many free picks as I can before this first game. We got 30 minutes till it starts, so... Wilson, we already talked about her. We already got the bring play locked in. Clark, Mabry. You could take Marina Mabry's points straight up as a decent prop because it's at 17 even. So this is an example. I was talking about push numbers earlier. This is a push number that's a little bit more reasonable, being that she's listed at 17.5 and 16.5 some places, and she's still favored on the over at 17.5 on some books. This is a reasonable push number. So that's where things get sure, you could lock this in. I still don't something about pushes, man. They just majority of the time are not appealing. But this is an example of one that could be pretty decent. But anyways, so we have those. We talked about Copper. We already had her in our first slip. Kelsey Plum, PRA looks pretty decent. Which, once again, there's no Chelsea Gray, so that makes a lot of sense. The usage is going to go up for some of these Aces players. 27.5. She ended up with 27 last time. That's a brutal hook. She's ended up with 27 the last 2 times. That would be 2 brutal hooks. Let's look at the entire market. And the other thing about the WNBA is the star players are going to have a lot more data points than the non-star players, if that makes sense. So I have points, rebounds, and assists pulled up here for Mabry. Kelsey Plum's a pretty big star in the league, so there's going to be more data points. Look at this. This is insane. The comparison of the amount of lines on Kelsey Plum as compared to Marina Mabry we just pulled up, and Mabry's actually pretty good, is a pretty big difference. So minus 127 average odds across the industry. She's minus 130 on the over on FanDuel, minus 125 on the over on Bally Bet, minus 125 on the over on Bet Rivers, minus 135 on the over on Sleeper, Underdog Fantasy. All these different platforms are favoring her over here. I'd prefer for her to be listed at 28.5 a couple places, ideally, right? You're going to hear me talk about that all the time. If we can get that one difference, there's more edge. But, it's a pretty good prop. There is no Chelsea Gray. I've said it 1,000 times, but it's just for those of you that might not know the WNBA, I just want you to know, she's really good. That's Jamal Murray being out for the Nuggets kind of deal here. So, the usage is going to go up very significantly for a Jackie Young and a Kelsey Plum. So I feel pretty good about, locking it in. The data is all going to represent that, but just want to make that known. So sure, let's do some Kelsey Plum. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need one more. And there's no guarantee this is going to be my final, by the way. I'm going to keep browsing, make sure that we really have the best value. If there's any major changes, like I want to make sure I'm giving my obviously myself, my VIP, and you guys the best value on the board is the goal here. So that that Ogabali and Mabry prop's popping even more on the GGF optimizer now as I speak about, literally as I'm talking about it. It's looking pretty good over on GGF. So Plum, pretty good, and we really just need one more. Like we could lock in a fantasy prop. Let's see if there's any other props popping here. Cameron Brink, there's action coming. Like, I wonder if people think she's just gonna be getting in foul trouble every game. Like that. We already talked about that live on the stream. Like, it's the only thing that makes sense to me. Like, Alicia Gray is looking pretty decent as well. She's another high usage player for the Dream, and once again, there is no Jordan Canada, which is a big deal. When Jordan Canada gets in the rotation, this usage is going to go down. So Alicia Gray and Ryan Howard should have some pretty big usage. Is Ryan Howard? Someone said in the chat. That's what I thought. I was doubting myself. That's what I thought. Ryan Howard. And then that copper play, we talked about Rebecca Allen possibly being out. Like, I wonder if I like that as well. Once again, thinking out loud, guys. All I'm doing is thinking out loud, man. We're just like live process here. We already talked about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Was there another fantasy score that was popping to me that I'm forgetting? I can literally just browse the board and tell you. Ionescu was popping to me a little bit. Actually, at this 32.5 line, I think this is a little bit misrepresented. Let me run my projections again. She might be an interesting option for us. Indiana has been giving up quite a few fantasy points. 32, 32, 32. Ionescu. I got her like more so in the mid 30s, so that could be like a an extra bonus pick for you guys possibly. Like, is it going to make the final cut here for the 6th pick? Thinking out loud, possibly not. Asia Wilson looks to be inflated. Okay, so this could be a good correlation as well, right? Could just be fading some Asia Wilson today. Oh my, wow, her chart is so great, and she's really good, man. I'll be the first to tell you, like, she's one of the best players in the WNBA. Woo. And it's looking like her line's trending more towards. This is where the last 5 charts just really mean nothing to me. Like, I'm prioritizing market data, but I just know people on the stream probably aren't going to be happy with a fade of Asia Wilson looking at that chart. But I can also back it with some more, like I said, I have all these different models. Sparks only giving up 5 field goals per game to centers. They do have some new personnel with Brink. Man, I don't know, man. We might be fading this just because of the 23.5 number. Like, let's pull up the OddsJam Sportsbook screen so you guys can see. So you guys can see in real time, like, what I'm looking at, what the thought process is here. You can see she got bumped up to 24 on Underdog. Once again, something I want to be looking at. That's insane. 22.5 on the over on DraftKings at -130. That's probably gonna be a stay away from me on stream. Maybe I'll loop back to that once I get off stream, and we could possibly be playing that, but nah, we're not touching that. It's too many conflicting data points. All right, so we got like 1, 2, 3, 4. We're really just looking for that number 5. And I think it's got to be Alicia Gray. I mean, she had her usage is going to be up. The data is all pointing to it. I bet you she had a bad shooting game last time out based on what I was seeing. Yeah, 4 for 12. She just like off the top of my dome from last year gets to the free throw line a ton. She only had 2 free throw attempts last game. I could pull up all the data, but I just like know off the top of my head like she's typically gonna get to the free throw line more than that. So all right, I mean I got my 6 here. Let's lock them in. I'm gonna send this into once again. I'm gonna send this into the VIP guys real quick. Let them lock in first, and then go along here. Like, let's do this real quick. All right, so this was our first 6 picks. So for those of you that are just tuning into the stream, if any of these plays are still available, like I certainly like these. I'll just keep it up on the screen. Or actually, no, I need to pull up this just so I can review what we've talked about and lock it in. All right, so we got 52 likes, guys. I said I'd drop it when we got to 50. Just get me up to 60. It should be very easy. We have over 60 people in here. Just get it up to 60 likes and I'll drop another 6 pick. We'll have 2 6-pick flexes. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat. This first game is going to start here in like 15-20 minutes, so we'll get this second one locked in together. And then I'll head out of here, man. I'll go back over to the Discord, grinding to find some more value. If you'd like to join, would love to have you join. Over there, hopefully these free picks are going to all cash out and give you a little preview as to what I have to offer, because this is the process that's going into every single one of my picks. So anyway, so let's go to the fantasy score. We like some Ryan Howard, we like Diana Taurasi, we like Evans, we like that combo prop on Arike and Mabry. Once again, I mean, the combo props things get a little bit more, a little bit more complicated, but we're essentially ballparking that these 2 ladies are going to be putting up a combined 40 to 41 points. Kelsey Plum's usage is going to go up with there being no Chelsea Gray, and there is value on the over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then our last one, we're going to be locking in Alicia Gray, which I'll pull up that prop here shortly for you guys with the full ticket so you can see which prop I'm discussing for her. But I do have a prop I like on her. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's lock this bad boy in. I know you can't see it on the screen because I got it on my side screen. I will be pulling it up shortly here as soon as we hit that like goal. It should be very easy to do. I'm just going to send this into the VIP, man. As always, I send in immediately. And then I'm just sharing them with you for free here today. Trying to help everybody win some money. Hopefully you can make your Saturday a lot better. It's always the goal, right? That's always the goal. If you got any questions, drop them in the chat because I'm going to send this in and then I'll do a quick review of the chat and I will answer any questions you have. Like if there's a certain prop you want some feedback on, or if you have some questions about my process or my products, if you want to know more about the VIP package and what you get with it, if you want to suggest that I do something else for content, like whatever you want, I'm here for feedback. I always listen to my members, always try to improve, always listen to you guys on the channel. All right, so I'm going to send this bad boy in and then give them a minute. I'll monitor the chat for questions and then we'll lock in together. We'll have, we'll have 12 total picks on the stream here today. And yeah, perfect. All right, I just sent to them. Let's look at the chat. What's going on, people? What's going on? Instead of taking the 5 pick, why not 6 pick push prop? Thought, if a prop gets bumped, man, like long term, you're really cutting into your long term profitability if you're taking bumps. I think that's what you're talking about. Like you do not want to be doing that, even though you're still getting, like the 10x if it pushes. Like you're adding a whole another leg of variance. So long term, you're really shooting yourself in the foot. If that makes sense. Like, I don't know, let's say you take the over 17 points when it got bumped up from 16 and a half, and like the player ends up getting hurt and is out for the game anyways. Like you just added on another leg that's already been bumped. You didn't even get the best value, and then you're costing yourself. When you could just take a 5-pick flex and it's the same implied odds. So that's why. If it was different implied odds for the 5-pick flex, my tonality would certainly change on that. It's my birthday. Hoping for a blessed day. Happy birthday, Justin. How you doing, man? Hey, Justin, if you would like, since you're tuning into the stream and you're a supporter, and it's your birthday, I don't know how to do this. I want to offer you a free month, but I don't know how you would communicate with me, and I know that it's you. I don't know, Justin. Happy birthday, man. I'd love to hook you up with a free month of my VIP for your birthday. If you can somehow prove to me that it's you, maybe DM me on Instagram or Twitter with like a screenshot of your YouTube profile and say I'm interested, and then tell me what name you signed up with, and I'll hook you up with a refund right away if you'd like for your birthday to hop over there. But regardless, trying to hook you up with some free winners here. So let's do that. Everyone should have time to lock in the Discord right now. I'm getting some messages. Burns DMP, is that game rained out? That sucks. I haven't had a chance to check the stream. Did he get scratched or something? Like, what's going on there? I don't know. Anyways, let's do this thing. So let's refresh. Let's lock in. I already sent it over there. Get ready to lock in. I've already given out 1 6-pick. We'll review all the picks together. And then, like, honestly, I'd be cool with like everyone voting their favorite prop on the stream, and then we make a stream prop, a stream slip together as well. Like just mixing and matching the 2 tickets. Like I'd be down for that. Let's see. All right, so here's what we got, people. All right, so this is what we got here. So we got the Ryan Howard over 32.5 fantasy score, Diana Taurasi under 26.5 fantasy score, Dana Evans over 11.5 points. We got the Enrique Ugambale and Marina Mabry over 39.5 points combo. The Kelsey Plum over 27.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And Alicia Gray over 14.5 points. That was the last prop that I hadn't discussed. Once again, like the entire market's favoring her over. So she should see a nice usage increase with there being no Canada. There was no Canada on the team prior, but like, I mean, it's just like these teams are obviously assembled for their new personnel, and being that they brought her in and she's not available yet, it's going to be a lot of Ryan Howard and a lot of Alicia Gray. So this will be the second 6-pick flex. If you would please let me know in the chat that you locked this in before any bumps, that'd be greatly appreciated. Like, send in. So this is our number 2 one, and then this is our number 1. Oh, I put the other one on a different screen here. Let's see here. Let's just do this so I can actually flip back and forth between them. This is our first one, and this is our second one. So I'll keep that one up, and then I can swap back to the first one we did as well. And just please let me know once you locked in, and then if you guys want to like I was just saying like everyone's name in the chat over the 6 props. We've gone over your favorite one, and then we could like make another one. Like we could do that. If not, I mean, whatever. I shared you the exact slips I'm playing. Like just lock them in and let's get out of here. So this is our second one. This is our first one. Jackie Young over 17.5 points. Cameron Brink over 17.5 points and rebounds. Hamby and Wilson under 19.5 rebounds. Clarendon over 23.5 fantasy score. Boston over 11.5 points. Copper over 1.5 3-pointers made. Some of these props may have been bumped and or removed. You know, if it bumped in our favor, fantastic. If it bumped against you, like don't lock it in. I know that the Brink prop in real time was kind of starting to switch a little bit after we locked it in, which sometimes that happens. It sucks when it happens, but the market's always changing. So that was our first one. This is our second one. And if you would please just leave a like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell before you head out the door, guys. This first game starts in 10 minutes, so I'm going to hop out of here and make sure that I'm finding more value over in the VIP, guys. I'd really love to have you join if you're interested. Like, this is what's going on 24/7 over there. So it's just, I've taken the content and I've created a Discord to just like amplify it, right? It's like 24/7 constantly in there. There's a cost associated because there's a lot of money that goes into all the stuff that I use for resources, research, etc. And then also like a lot of time. Obviously, I'm in there. I'm a one-man band, man. So, you know, it's just a way of showing your supporting like a small creator, and then also getting value in exchange, right? Obviously, the goal is to make everybody way more than what they pay over there. We were absolutely in fuego, like could not miss. NBA better for like weeks, and lately we've been getting hooked bad, which is part of the process. Like I'll openly admit that someone had said in the chat like, "Who's in my Discord?" And it sucked, man. Last night Dante DiVincenzo needed a point or an assist, and we would have swept a big one over on better, and he missed like 2 layups, a 3-pointer, went to the rack and got fouled. So, you know, like if you're someone that's been getting hooked bad, or just know you're not alone. I have a lot of things that go into this, and it's kind of sucked lately, but hey man, part of the process, you just stick with it. All the things that are going into these picks that I talked about throughout the stream is what's going to help you succeed long term. This was helpful, Sensei says. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. So I'm going to head out of here, man. I'll pull up each one more time. Happy birthday to, where's my man at? Who's that? Justin. Happy birthday, Justin. Justin, hit me up on Instagram if you have Instagram or Twitter, any platform where you can send a picture. Just prove to me that it's, you know, it's your YouTube. And you know, you'll just, between me and you, give me your name and what you signed up with on Patreon and your Discord, and I'll refund you right away, man. It'll take 3 to 5 business days on Patreon. The only reason I'm even gonna make you pay is because you have to, because I have security like bots in place so no one can like hack into my Discord. So I've been thinking about I'm trying to give back more, but you know, refund you right away for that. If you're okay with that, you know, message me. I got you. It'll be an instant refund, 35 business days, and I'll give you that first month for free, essentially, for your birthday, man. So, I'm out of here, bro. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hopefully this was helpful to you. You know, feel free to watch it back and review some of the concepts we went over. Like if you're interested in what goes into all my picks, I talked about a lot of different things. And last time, man, feel free to play any of these props. Jackie Young over 17.5 points. Cameron Brink over 17.5 points and rebounds. Derek Hamby and Asia Wilson combo under 19.5 rebounds combo. We got the Clarendon over 23.5 fantasy score. Boston over 11.5 points. Copper over 1.5 3-pointers. That was our first one. Our second one's going to be the Ryan Howard over 32.5 fantasy score. Diana Taurasi under 26.5 fantasy score. Dan Evans over 11.5 points. We got that Ogunbale Mabry over 39.5 points combo. Plum over 27.5 PRA. And Alicia Gray over 14.5 points. Don't play these props at different lines if they changed or got bumped, please. That would be my one recommendation to you. Please don't do that. All right, man, I'm going to hop out of here. Thanks to everyone tuning in. Let's get you some wins here tonight in the WNBA, hopefully today. We got like a 4-game slate, so it should be fun. Thank you. And I'm out of here.